So dear students, in this video we are going to discuss about the field functions and the type of field functions. Field functions, field functions. Okay, we know that what is meant by the field. So generally we know there is a field of electric or field of magnetic, nothing but electric field and magnetic field. Okay, it is like a region, right? So there is a, say for example, if you take a electric field, if you take for example, there is a charge. From that particular charge there is some amount of region where this field is occupied, right? And this field is to vary from region one place to place. So this field is basically classified into two categories. One is scalar field, scalar field. Other one is vector field. Scalar field, other one is vector field. We know that what is meant by the scalar and what is meant by the vector. As we know, the scalar is nothing but a quantity which has magnitude, but it doesn't have the direction, right? So direction it doesn't have, whereas magnitude only it contains. That is what basically the scalar. So we know the vector is nothing but a quantity, say, which has both magnitude and direction. Okay. So there are two type of field functions. One is scalar field function, other one is vector field function. Okay. So first we take a example of scalar. We take the first one, the scalar field function. Scalar field function. So you take, this is scalar field function and it is represented as, say, pi of x comma y comma z, x comma y comma z. So now, so this scalar field function, it is nothing but this scalar field which is represented by a continuous scalar function, by a continuous scalar function, which does not go any change, nothing but any abrupt change, change of magnitude, in passing from any point to another, which is closing to it, any point to another which is closing to it. So what is this one? Scalar field function is represented by the scalar function, continuous scalar function, but which does not go any abrupt change of magnitude, nothing but it is appears which is constant in the magnitude. Okay, from point to point, but that point to point should be close to. Okay, it is not like a far distances. Okay, or far points, far difference from that point. Okay, so in this fields, what we take in this scalar fields, a series of surfaces, surfaces upon each of upon each of which has a definite constant value. So as we said, when it is moving from point to point, there should not be any abrupt change in the magnitude. So nothing but there is a series of surfaces upon each of which has a definite constant value. That means one surface has one constant value, next next surface may have another constant value. Like that should be there. So for that you take an example. Which is there is a you know that there is a temperature distribution from a source of heat. So if you take S is the source of heat, so there may be a different regions, right? Like this, right? So you may take this is region 1, region 2 and region 3 like that. Say for example, in the first region there is the temperature which is T1, in the next region the temperature is T2, and the next region the temperature is T3. So within this region, say for example, you are moving from point to point which is closing to that. In that particular region of 1, the distribution of temperature is T1. So nothing but which is a constant one, right? T1 is constant here and T2 is constant here. Similarly, T3 is constant in this region. So like this temperature distribution is there. Nothing but this temperature, say this T1 may be say room temperature, then this may be more than that. Say for example, this may be 40 degrees centigrade and this may be 45 degrees centigrade. Okay, like that you can take. But as you know, there is a source of heat. Since there is a source of heat, generally what happens near to the source of heat? Here say T1 is, generally we know that T1 is more than T2 is more than T3. Why? Because near to the source of heat there is a more temperature. So you may take an example. This may be say 70 degrees centigrade. Then this may be 60 degrees centigrade. Then this may be, what is that, 50 degrees centigrade. So like that there is a distribution of temperature, but this value is constant in this surface. In the next surface it is T2. In the next surface it is T3. So like this there is a distribution of temperature is taking place in the case of scalar field function. So an example of the scalar field function is which is temperature distribution from the source of heat. Okay. So you can represent this scalar field function as phi of xyz. Phi of xyz. Okay. Then other one is vector field function. So which can be represented as f of x comma y comma z, which is vector field function. So this vector field function is represented, which is represented at every point by a continuous vector function which is specified by a vector of definite magnitude and direction. We know that this is actually what is meant by the vector, which is vector is having both magnitude and direction, right? So at every point by a continuous vector function should be specified by a vector of definite magnitude and direction, both of which has both of which change continuously from point to point throughout the field. So what we said, in the case of scalar field function, there is a constant magnitude in that particular series of surfaces. So but here you say there is a vector and having a direction, magnitude and direction, which is having change continuously from point to point, which is throughout the field. So for this you take an example. Suppose if you take an example, say for example, say there may be a particle. So we take a particle which is moving in a space, right? So it will have a certain velocity, right? Certain velocity. So the particle is moving in the space which has certain velocity v, right? So this v is nothing but which is vector point function. Vector point is a function, right? So the particle moving in the space which has certain velocity v, right? We know that how this particle will move. Basically for a particle there is a velocity, so you say it is a vector because this velocity is nothing but a vector. So this velocity having both magnitude and the direction, and this magnitude and direction, this makes changes from point to point, right? So that's why the vector field function example one is the particle which is moving in the space. So other example is nothing but there is electric and magnetic fields in the space, which are electric and magnetic fields in space. Suppose if we take a space, within that space there is a, say we can take a charge, say plus q. So from this what happens, there is a field lines which are goes upward. So these are basically the electric field lines radially outward. So these electric field lines in this space have a definite value which is magnitude and the direction which changes from point to point. So that's why we say this is the vector field function, whereas in the scalar field function there is a source of heat. From this there are series of surfaces. Within the series of surfaces the temperature is constant and there is a distribution of temperature from one surface to the next surface, or from one region to the next region. Okay, so in this way one should understand what is meant by the field functions and scalar field functions and vector field function. Okay, so the next videos will discuss about the vector differential operators. Thank you.